Alright, so welcome YouTube. Today I'm gonna be reviewing all of the Chef Boyardee products. Now, as of right now, I have like 7 different Chef Boyardee products, but I'm probably gonna start off with the ravioli first, since to me that's like the original. To me at least. I'm not sure what exactly was the first Chef Boyardee product to exist, but I'm gonna heat all of these up in the microwave, since to me it doesn't matter whether you heat it up in the microwave or over the stove top. So I'm just gonna go with the microwave heating method, since it's less dishes to clean. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so I chose to start off with the beef ravioli. Now, there's what it looks like. Now, I have there's 15 Chef Boyardee products in total. I still have to find like 8 of them to finish off the video, but I do plan on reviewing everything in one video. Now, I can easily find I believe 4 of them, so the last 4, it will probably be a little difficult for me. I would have to look at multiple stores, so let's review this now. Right, so overall it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor going on with it, but I can taste a little bit of the beef, of the beef, and I can taste some of the pasta that's covering the beef, like the outer layer. But overall I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10 stars. So they're just, like I said, there just isn't a whole lot of flavor going on. But either way, in the next segment, I'll probably do the canned spaghetti and meatballs, or the Beeferoni. Now, they have 3 skillet meals thing. They have 3 skillet meal things. There's a cheese ravioli, spaghetti and meatballs, and I forget the last one right off the top of my head. No, wait, no, maybe the last one is the spaghetti and meatballs. I forget. Right, so overall, I would probably do the spaghetti and meatball canned one. Now, they do have 3 skillet meal things that they have. There's a cheese ravioli and a spaghetti and meatball. I forget the last one they have, but either way, I'll let you guys know which one I'm doing. But for now, I would say the skillet meals would be later on in the video. I have 7 cans of stuff right now, so I'm doing all of the single serve cans. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so there's what the spaghetti and meatballs looks like. Now, this one is the canned one, not the frozen one, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall I'd say there really isn't much flavor going on with this one either. Now, so the tomato sauce has the dominant flavor in it, but it's more on the faint side of flavors, where the meatballs don't have any flavor. It does, it's edible, but like I said, there just isn't a whole lot of flavor going on. But I would give this a 7 out of 10 for the rating. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so there's what the beeferoni looks like, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall I'd say the tomato sauce has about the same same amount of like boldness to it. It's more on the faint side of flavor, but overall I can still taste like a tomato sauce in it, but I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10 star rating. But overall it's like the others, there really isn't much flavor going on with it, but in a way I'd still enjoy it, and it's like in a way I can't really explain, but I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, here's the lasagna one, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall this one had a lot of flavor to it. Now, I want to say they used their spaghetti sauce for this one, and I want to say they added like basil into it as well, which I do believe I see like tiny pieces of it on the noodles, but overall I think this one's been my favorite one. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Now, I like that this has more flavor to it compared to the others I've done so far, but like I said, the others, they just didn't have a strong like tomato sauce flavor to them. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm reviewing the spaghetti rings and meatballs. It's essentially just SpaghettiOs. Now, I could only find these in the mini. I could only find this in the mini version, but I'm sure there's like a regular sized one, but that's as much of a look as I can give you guys. There's a better look at it, but let's review it now. Alright, so overall to me, I think it tastes like their, I want to say it tastes like their pizza sauce, but to me, this one is kind of more watered down compared to the lasagna where it was bold, but overall this still had a decent flavor to it. I would give it an 8 out of 10, like for an overall rating. Now, overall, like the tomato sauce in this is darker, but I haven't noticed any major differences between like a darker one or a lighter colored one. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm doing the rice with chicken and vegetables. Now, there's what the label looks like, and there's what the product itself looks like. Now, this just seems to be like a rice and vegetable mixture in with like I want to say a chicken broth and chicken chunks as well. So let's review it now. Alright, so overall I would say it's a chicken broth, kind of a flavor to it, but overall I would say the broth and the peas have the dominant flavor in this, but overall it's still decent. I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Now, it's not my favorited Chef Boyardee product, but I'll still eat it. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so for the pizza kit, what you want to do is preheat the oven to 425. Then, while the oven's preheating, you want to mix together the dough pouches along with 1 1/3 cup of very warm water in a mixing bowl. Then, you mix it well until the dough is completely moist and forms into a loose ball. Then you drizzle a tablespoon of vegetable oil over the dough, coating it completely. Then you let it stand in a warm area for 5 minutes. For a lighter baked crust, to let it stand for 20 minutes. Then what you want to do is to spray a 13. I'm doing the thick crust pizza, but you want to spray a 13 by 9 pan with non-stick spray, and then spread the dough evenly into the bottom of the pan. Then pour the pizza sauce on top of it. Then spread it evenly as well. Then put the cheese on top. Then what I'm gonna do is add pepperoni too, and maybe add like shredded cheese to it as well, cause I know the cheese that comes with it isn't enough. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so there's what it looks like. Let's review it now. Alright, so overall the dough in this was more moist than previous ones I've had. Now, I'm not sure if it's because the oven that I baked it in it's a newer like oven, but I'm not sure if that made any difference in it or not, but overall the dough part was definitely better than what I've had before, and the pizza sauce had a nice flavor to it. Now, it wasn't quite like the sauce that was in the lasagna, and I want to say the last one that I had for the Chef Boyardee products, but it still had a good like flavor to it. And I didn't realize that it didn't come with like the cheese that it used to come with, which overall I'm not really annoyed that didn't, like, I am annoyed it wasn't included, but I can still live without it. I only had like shredded Parmesan cheese, which was the better option because I didn't have enough mozzarella cheese, but overall it still turned out good. But I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm doing the pasta in butter sauce. Now, I'm not sure what butter sauce is, like what it's, if it's alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm doing the pasta in butter sauce. Now, I'm not sure if it's any different than regular butter, but here's what it looks like, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall it had a good butter flavor to it. Now, this one isn't my favorite one, but I just don't really like how there isn't much flavor to it. But overall I'd say probably the lasagna one have been the most flavorful thing I've had so far. But but overall for this product I would give it like a 8 out of 10 for the flavor. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so here's what the mac and cheese looks like, so let's review it now. Right, so overall it has a strange cheese flavor to it now. Now it's just strange to me. I mean, I can eat it, but it's not my favorite mac and cheese. I would give it a 6 out of 10 for the rating, but overall the flavor itself was more on the faint side of things. But I'll see you guys in the next segment. Right, so YouTube, for this segment I'm going to be doing the cheese ravioli. As you guys see here now, this is essentially just the same as the beef ravioli, other than the filling is cheese in this, but this one is the meaty one, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall this has a decent cheese flavor. I want to say it's more like the mozzarella cheese than anything, but overall the tomato sauce is also better in this compared to like the canned stuff that I've had in prior segments. Well, I guess I should say, other than like a few of them, there's like beef ravioli, spaghetti and meatballs, and the beef ravioli that the tomato sauce wasn't really flavorful much. But overall I would give this one an 8 out of 10. I feel like it's like something that isn't too crazy to go after, but either way I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm doing the Italian sausage ravioli, so there's what it looks like, so let's review it now. Alright, so overall it has a nice Italian sausage flavor to it. The tomato sauce didn't really have much of a flavor to it, but the ravioli itself and the Italian sausage had enough flavor. It somewhat balanced it out. Now, for me, I think this is more on the fainter side, but closer to like kind of the middle of like faint and bold. But overall, I guess I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I'm gonna be doing the cheesy burger macaroni. Now, there's what it looks like. Now, this is the last of like the canned stuff. If I remember correctly, I only have the frozen meals that you can heat up in the skillet, so let's review this now. Right, so overall, I think they mixed like the tomato sauce from like the beef ravioli and like the cheese sauce from the mac and cheese, but overall this just doesn't taste right to me. It's like on the lower end of what I like with the mac and cheese. Now, there was some like beef bits in it, but if I had to guess, it was dehydrated, and whenever I heated it up, it like rehydrated. But overall, I'm not really impressed with this. I would give it a 6 out of 10 for the rating, but I just don't like the cheesy and like the cheese and tomato sauce combination. But I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so YouTube, for this segment I wanted to explain to you guys like how to do the skillet meals. Now, it wasn't long enough for me to do a like the hyperlapse segment and just voice over it, so I'm just gonna read it quickly. So for the chicken carbonara, you would need a half a cup of water. For the chicken alfredo and the cheese ravioli, you'll need a fourth cup water. Then for the spaghetti and meatballs, you would need a third cup water. Now, the instructions is simple. You put everything into the skillet that you're using. There's instructions for a half bag and a full bag, but I'm doing the full bag. But you would put everything into a deep skillet. For the chicken for everything except the spaghetti and meatballs, you would cook on medium-high heat for 12 minutes. Then for the spaghetti and meatballs, you would cook it for 14 minutes on medium-high heat. Now, I started the timer whenever the water started boiling and the sauce unfroze, but that was at least for the carbonara. I'm not sure how the others will be as of right now, so if I remember to, I'll explain it more and when the segments come, so I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so here's what the chicken carbonara looks like, so I'll see you guys when I go to review it. Alright, so YouTube, as of this segment, I'm in the middle of building like a Lego set, but I keep the table up until I'm fully finished with it, but that's why my nightstand is like the way it is, so let's review this now. Alright, so overall it has mostly like a bacon flavor to it, and it has like that creamy Alfredo taste to it as well. Now, I can't really taste the peas or chicken much, but I kind of expected it because usually frozen stuff, there isn't a lot of flavor to it compared to like the canned stuff or even home canned. But overall, I would rate this an 8 out of 10. But before I forget, this one I believe is a new one because it wasn't listed on their website whenever I went to look to see what all products they had available. But I'll see you guys in the next segment.